Podcat.
Yeah. So anyway, so this came out. So the same people who brought us Streets of Rage 4 and it's another company. The Mercenary Kings. So
Mercenary Kings.
Yeah. So those two Mercenary Kings, fucking awesome, by the way. But those two companies are coming together to make a brand new side-scrolling beat 'em up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. In the vein, they're not even hiding that influence. In the vein of Turtles in Time, and it looks fucking awesome. This is 1980s Ninja Turtles, from the cartoon and stuff. Fucking great, So
it's it's Mercenary Kings, and it's a bunch of the people that are the developers who worked on Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, they're on there too.
Kind of like why Mercenary Kings sort of looks like Scott Pilgrim a little bit, because it's a lot of the same people that worked on it.
Yeah, and then something
really cool stuff.
And Manny, before you go on, because I'm going to say this and then you go on, because I found this super interesting, because I read Game Informer, they did a whole thing on it. So apparently what happened is the Mercenary Kings guys, they've been petitioning to Nickelodeon, right? They own Ninja Turtles, to get a game done since 2010, right? But things were happening, wasn't working. So then when they found out that the Dotemu guys were working on Ninja Turtles game, the Dotemu guys knew that these guys were trying to work on this game for 10 years now. So that when they got hired, they're like, hey, you guys want to help us with this game? So that's how it all came together, pretty crazy. But you have some other stuff that I think you could talk about publicly.
Officially, I cannot talk about any of that stuff.
Fair enough. But what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's very cool. It's also very unexpected. One thing I can say is that Nickelodeon has been trying to do some Ninja Turtles games through a bunch of different things, as of late. It's just been hard to sort of get those things. Again, we're dealing with a big company like that, and it can take a while to get things to happen. But it's great that this thing happened.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is already my most anticipated game of the year. Give me this shit. I love me some fucking Turtles in Time, man. That's the game. And of course, the first Ninja Turtles arcade game that a lot of people don't talk about. It was called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 on Nintendo, but that was the first arcade game. Side-scrolling beat 'em up, fucking awesome.
No, that wasn't the first arcade game.
Wasn't it? Which one was the first Ninja Turtles arcade game?
It was the Ninja Turtles arcade game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that Ninja Turtles 2 was just a port of the arcade game.
That's literally what I just said. That's literally what you're correcting me. That's literally what I said. The first Ninja Turtles game was ported onto the NES. I said that. What the fuck?
It sounded like you said the 2 was the first game. And
no. I didn't say that. I said Ninja Turtles 2 was the first arcade game, which it was.
Well,
this is where commas come in.
That's the thing. It wasn't the first. Two wasn't the first, but it was a port of the first.
Yeah, but that's what I just said.
No. Yeah.
It was the first.
Yeah.
He was saying it was the arcade game. It was. I don't know why he says first in there.
It was the first arcade game because Ninja Turtles of Time was a second arcade game, right? I believe.
Yes, Turtles in Time was the second.
So yeah, okay, guys, we're saying the same thing, just different ways,
Yeah, the importance of commas, people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a fucking writer, bro. I know what I'm doing here,
damn, excuse me.
Hey, if Brett was able to drop that bomb about
you want a fucking cookie, bro?
Yeah. Hey, I'm just saying, if Brett dropped that bomb about him being a stockbroker now,
that's one of those moments like, who's the professional writer here, motherfucker?
Hey, but it's true though. Who's making a living?
I'm not a stockbroker.
Yeah, no.
I said I've been reading on that shit. It turns out we both was right.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I'm getting this fucking game. You already know. No release date.
That shit looks crazy.
No release date on it. They had me with the artwork, man, because I always like the Ninja Turtles with that little bit of a line in the middle of their noses. They got rid of that shit later on. Like the first, I'm getting old school right now.
I can tell you a secret on that one.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear that, because remember the first. It was kind of like the Ninja Turtles movie. It was 5 episodes that they aired, the origin story and all that. They had the little thing on their nose, and then they got rid of them after that. So what's up with that?
Well, that's because Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman didn't like it when it came over from they didn't like that thing, and that's one of the things that they had removed when the show. Those episodes are actually the pilot episodes on how they sold the series to. They commissioned those original 5 or 4 episodes,
yeah,
and that's how they got the rest of the show all signed up for the future. So
I remember that was a hype ass week, man, when that first came on. But I saw it later because the regular show had already been on, but like that it was like one every, and the animation was fantastic. What studio did that? I know it was a Japanese studio that did that.
It was probably Toho.
Yeah,
that did it.
No, it was Toho. It was good.
It's probably not Toho, or the guys who do the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Those guys.
Oh, Toei.
It's those guys. Yeah, it's Toei.
Yeah,
it's probably Toei.
Toei did everything back in the 80s, man.
Also a fun little fact on that. Peter Chung did the storyboards on that, and Peter Chung, for you don't know, who did Aeon Flux.
Yes,
he also did the opening titles for all of your favorite shows. This goes down to Silverhawks. This is Thundercats. All those really awesome anime intros. He did the boarding for all of those. So yeah.
Anybody younger than 30 is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, because you're probably watching on the reruns.
Yeah, there are shows, man, the real shit.
Yep. But I also say, I also asked the when I saw it, I'm like, this is the one. It was like, man, who did the animation of that opening? Because they did that whole new opening for the thing, which looked really nice. So I don't know who did the animation.
I don't know. It looks good.
It looked really good. And also, again, me being former Turtles guy, for years we were always trying to do the remake of get that signed off to do another Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
This is before Nickelodeon ever even touched the franchise, before they bought it from Peter Laird and those guys in Mirage. Our studio had been always trying to get Konami because Konami was doing the Ninja Turtles games for our iteration, the 2003 version. So we were always trying to get them like, hey, come on, why don't you just re-release Turtles in Time or something like that? And they actually did do it. But the problem is that there's so much stuff that happened with it because the Ninja Turtles franchise is all sort of split up. So obviously Peter Laird and all those guys, they owned Peter Laird and Eastman already owned the Ninja Turtles franchise, but they didn't own all the new characters. So part of the reason why if you ever watched our iteration of Ninja Turtles, you never saw characters like Krang or Bebop and Rocksteady. You never heard the old the Ninja Turtles song. You never heard any of that because we didn't own the rights to that stuff. That was whatever Wolfman or whatever the guys who produced the actual animated show. So if you ever notice on the old animated show, you notice that hey, wait a minute, if Shredder's the main villain, how come there's this guy Krang? It's because that guy inserted his own stuff into the show, which essentially was stuff that he specifically owned.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So but the Utroms were in the comic, right?
Utroms are in the comics, but they never used the word Utrom in that show, did they?
I thought they did.
The Rock Soldiers. No, they didn't.
No,
on my show,
your show they did. Your show they did.
On our show they did. On our show they did. But on those things, they never used any of those sorts of terms. Baxter Stockman was used, but he turned him into a totally different character. Baxter Stockman was a black scientist who didn't turn into a fly.
Yeah. He
was just a scientist. But yes, he added all kinds of these additional things. And that's one thing that Peter Laird, was in charge, not in charge of our show, but the main guy on who signed off on our show, didn't want. He actually brutally hated that original Ninja Turtle show.
Shit.
Because they took so many liberties with their property.
Yeah.